Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. As promised, we're going to finish this heart square today. It'll just be a little square. They call them graphgans when you make the big blankets, but this is just a sample one. Let's pull my pegs, just so you can kind of get used to playing with colours, changing colours, having bobbins and all that fun good stuff. Anyway, we got up to row 12 yesterday, and if you remember, the even rows go this way, the odd rows go that way, so you just kind of got to remember to follow your chart the right way. It won't matter in this pattern because it's symmetrical both sides, but you've got to bear that in mind if you're working on something that isn't. Okay, so I've got all my bobbins loosened and we're going on to row 13. So we're starting here going this way, so we need 3 of the background colour, so chain 1, and I told you I was going to work through all these rows with you, so that's what I'm doing. 1, 2 and 3. See, we're level now, so now we want 2 red instead of 3, so finish off that stitch in your heart colour. Oops. And we need 2. I'm going to go under there. So there's 1 and there's 2. Stop there. Drop the heart colour and pick up the background colour. Pull it through those 2. Now we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 of those. Okay, so there's 1. There's 2, and you can probably hear my work rubbing on the paper. 3, Luna's been here. 4, 5, I'm not going to go too fast for you guys. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and finish there. And you know it's right because there should be 1 background colour on top of the heart colour. So pick up your heart colour and finish those loops. So same as the other side, we just need the 2 in the heart colour. So 1, 2, finish it there, don't finish, pick up your background colour, pull it through and do the last 3 in the background colour. 1, 2 and 3. So let's just push that up there, pull this down a little bit, you don't need to see the bottom. We're going to mark off this row. Pull that up a little bit so I can just loosen those and flip this around. See, when it's on a closed area you don't need to loosen the bobbins, they just pull off as and when you need it. Right, so this time, if we remember, 14 is on this side, so we're going this way, but we want 3 again. So chain 1, which I've already done. 1, 2 and 3. Leave it there. 2 of the heart colour. So we're going 1 and 2. Nope, don't finish it. See, even I make mistakes. Finish it in the yellow. Give the red a tug. Now I think we need the same amount as last time, which was 15. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I'm still going a bit fast, just pause it. 7, 8, 9, that's the advantage to YouTube, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15. Don't finish it, and pick up your heart colour, pull it through those 2 loops, and on we go. So now we're over to this side, so now we need 2 in the heart colour, 1, and there's nothing wrong with pausing and going backwards. I did it when I was first learning. Sometimes I'd look at something she'd done and I'd missed it, so I'd have to go back. So there's nothing wrong with that, or she was just working a bit fast for me at the time. Anyway, we need another 3 of the background colour now, so 1, 2, and not forgetting that last stitch right there, and 3. Pull that up. Now we're going to mark off row 14. Pull this down just a snug bit, flick it over, oops, and then put the hook back in. Right, so row 15, we're going this way, so we need chain 1 and do 3 in the background colour. So chain 1, 1, 2 and 3. We need 2 of the heart colour again, so pull that up, 1 and 2, leave it there, pick up the background colour, pull that through. Okay, so it's exactly the same again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, oops, 13, 14 and 15, and pause it there. My bobbin's coming over here. Pick up your heart colour, pull that through those 2 loops and do the 2 in the heart colour. 1, 2, pull that through, and 3 in the background colour. Oops, 3. There we go. Pull that up, and we'll mark off row 15. And it's looking pretty good so far. Right, on with the next one. Right, so row 16, we're starting on the left, so we need the same 3, same 2, same in the yellow. The whole row is the same as the row before, so that should be easy. So chain 1, the same 3, 1, 2 and 3, finish it there, and then finish it completely with your next colour, and do 2 because there's 2 on the row below. Finish it there, the background colour, pull the background colour through those. Where's the red gone? There. Now it's the same amount of background colour as well. And just in case you haven't watched my first videos, I had a conversation with my dad this morning, and that's what made me remember we were talking about crochet, and he said I could never get the hook through, it was always catching. Whoops. See, sometimes I even catch the thread wrong. So just remember, when you're going through and grabbing the wool, pull it out sideways so that that hook slides between the top and the bottom of the stitch and it never gets caught. I still catch it sometimes, but not very often. And then again, when you're grabbing the yarn and pulling it through, turn it down so it goes between the 2 sides. My dad said he tried it and he could never get on with it because he couldn't get the hook to come out without catching it. And I tried to tell him that, you know, it's just about the way you twist your hook, and he just laughed. I don't think he got any idea, so that just made me think about that. So just remember, when you're going through the 2, twist your hook down and then put it in sideways. When you're going through the stitch, pull it out sideways. It rarely catches. So 2 of these, 1 and 2. Don't finish it in that colour, finish it in the yellow, because remember that loop there is going to sit above this stitch, so you need it the same colour as the next stitch. So 3 of these. And if these videos help at least one person to learn to do crochet graphgans, I'm happy. Okay, so now we're on row 17. And where am I? I need to flip back that way. Okay. So you could tell the strands were twisted that way. So you just untwist it by twisting it back the same way. And then you haven't got to mess about with bobbins. Okay, so we're on row 17, which is, excuse me, this one. So we're going this way. And as you can see, the row is exactly the same as the row below. So we're just going to follow what we've already got. Okay, so chain 1, 3 in the background colour. Stop there, pick up your heart colour and pull that through those 2 to finish it off. And then we've got 2 in the red, 1 and 2. Don't finish it in the background colour. And then all the same yellows, or whatever colour background you've chosen. It doesn't sound very nice rubbing against my paper, so I do apologise. Oops. Now the next row is going to be trickier because I've got 2 colours to add in and I've got my bobbins twisted. So just remember, it's the same as the last row, so finish that one there. Finish those 2 loops with the heart colour. So 2 of these, 1, finish there, 2, and pull that through those 2. And then we've got 3 of these yellows left. 1, 2, and although it doesn't look much like a stitch, there is one there, and 3. Alright, so that's row 17 done. So now we're going to, I'm just going to flick it that way. This needs loosening. There we go. And then put your hook in. Sorry, I'm off camera because I'm trying to see where my loop is to put my hook in. So chain 1, and this row we've got 3 of the background colour to do. So 1, 2, and 3. Wait, pause there, don't finish it. Grab the heart colour and finish those 2 loops. Then we need 3 this time in the heart colour, so we're actually going to go 1 into the yellow. 1, 2, and 3. Finish there, and because it's only 1 over, I didn't tie that in, so that's alright. You don't even notice. So now we're going this way, remember. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the background colour. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Remember, don't finish the 6th one. We're going to add a red in here. put that under there, otherwise it's going to not untwist when I come back. So back to the pattern. We need this one single red stitch right in the middle. Okay, don't finish it. Now we need another bobbin of yellow. So put another bobbin there. Just remember, every time you change colour, it's a new bobbin, regardless if it's the same colour or not. So now we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the background colour again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Don't finish it. If you look, we've got one red on top of a yellow, so that last yellow is going to be red. So pull that through the 2 loops. Give the yellow a little tug because I've made that stretch. And then we've got 3 of the heart colour. So there's 1, 2, and 3. And then that should just leave us 3 in the background colour, which is correct. So there's 1, 2, and 3. Now let me just mark this off and flip it over. They got twisted. There we go. Anyway, on with the next row. We are on row 19 now. So we are here. So this time 1, 2, 3, 4 of the background colour. So chain 1, and we're going to do 1, 2, 3, and 1 on top of the red, 4. Leave it there. Finish those 2 loops with the red. Now we're going to do 3 in the heart colour. So not forgetting this one right here, because sometimes if you pull that, it kind of hides it. So give the yellow a little tug and it'll kind of put me back in perspective. There we go. So 1, 2, and nope, 3. Don't finish it. See, even I make mistakes. Finish it in the background colour, and then you just pull that. We want 1, 2, 3, 4 in the background colour. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't finish it. Now we're going to pick up this red, move the tail out the way, finish those 2 loops with the red. Now this time we need 3 of the heart colour. This one's hidden right there behind that strand. 1, 2, and 3. Don't finish it. Pick up your background colour, pull it through those 2 loops. Now 1, 2, 3, 4 again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't finish it. Pick up your heart colour. Oops. Oh, I've got the yellow in my hand as well. Pull that through. Now we need them 3 again. 1 in the yellow first. 1, 2, and 3. Don't finish it. Pick up your background colour, pull that through, and then there should be 4 of the background colour. The first one's in the red. 1, 2, oops, 3, and 4. Alright, so pull this down a bit. We have just done goes. So if you're keeping up and it looks exactly like mine does, then well done. These aren't the easiest of things to kind of manoeuvre your hands around, so well done. Now I'm going to flip it over, pick up my loop again. Oops. Now we're going to move on to row 20. Move that just a little bit. So this time we're going to need 5 and the last one's on top of a red. So chain 1 in the first stitch, whoops, 1, 2, oops, 3, 4 and 5. Don't finish it. Finish it in your next colour. And then we're going to need 3 in the background, not the background, the heart colour. So there's 1, 2, and the last red is on top of a yellow, 3. So don't finish it. Pick up your next colour, pull it through. Now we only need 2 this time in the background colour. So there's 1 and there's 2. Finish it there. Pick up the next colour and pull it through them 2 loops. Now we're going to have to add another colour here. 1, 2, 3. I need another yellow. Hold on 1 second. Right, okay, sorry about that, guys. I miscounted my bobbins. You are actually going to need 5 of your background colour and 4 of your hearts. So back to it. Where was I? Yes, I need to do 2 of the heart colour. The first one's on top of a yellow, so it's there. So there's 1 and 2. Pause it there. Now, which is the red I'm on? That one. So I'm going to put the yellow in here and the red right next to it. That needs to go underneath. Okay, so pull up your red, no, your background colour, and we need just that one little stitch right there, right in the middle, and pause it there. Leave the 2 loops on your hook, grab your background colour and pull that through. Just make a loop with your fingers and just leave the tail at the back. Where's the yellow? There we go. So now we need 2 stitches in the heart colour. So 1 and 2. Finish it there. Drop the heart colour, pick up your background colour and pull it through those 2 loops. Now again, whoops, we're back to 2 yellows. I say yellows, whatever colour you've got. So there's 1, there's 2. Don't finish it. Finish it with your next colour. Pull it through those 2 loops. Now we need 3 in the heart colour. The first one is above a yellow, for me anyway, which is right there. I just lift this strand, you can see it there. So we need 3. There's 1, there's 2, and there's 3. Don't finish it. Drop the red, pick up your background, pull it through those 2 loops, and give that a little tug. Now we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the first one's on a red, which is there. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. It's catching on my paper. Okay, so let me just move that out of the way. Row 20, just 4 more rows. Well done if you've kept up this far. And if not, don't worry, go back. Just don't get frustrated with it, because when you get frustrated with it, that's when you kind of give up and can't do it. So now we're on row 21, and I need my scissors. Thank you, Riley. Because I've just noticed I've got to cut these off, and I didn't even bring them over with me.
Oh, I knew as soon as you looked at me.
I know. Right, so this way this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need an extra one on top of the red, and it should be 6. So chain 1 as always, and then 1 in there, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 more above the red. 6, leave it there, finish it with your heart colour, and then we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in your heart colour. So 1, 2, 3. Now we're not going to need this yellow or whatever colour your background colour is anymore, because we're going straight over the top of that. So you want to leave a good 3-inch tail and move that bobbin to the side, but then that also means you're not going to need this red, because this red is going over to that side. So again, leave a good 3-inch tail, if not more. Oh, no, wrong one. Move that bobbin off to the side. So we've just got a bunch of tails now. So we said 5, didn't we? And we've done 1, 2, 3. So another 2, 4, and in the top of there, 5. So back to the pattern. Now we need to pick up the yellow again and do 3. So each end should be on top of a red. So pull that next colour through the 2 loops, and then we start in the first red. So the first yellow is on top of a red, so it goes in there. So 1 in the yellow, 2 and 3, and finish it there, because you're going to need to change colours. So finish those 2 loops with your next colour, and then we're going to need 5 again of your heart colour. So 1, but we're going to go all the way across here, so we're not going to need these 2. Okay, these are going to be extra because this red's going to go across to here. So cut these 2 off and leave a good tail. I'm not going to move the bobbins yet, just because they're all messed up. So we've done 1, we need 5. So there's 2, 3, 4 and 5. Don't finish it, because now we're going to move on to the background colour, and 6 of those, the first one being on top of a red. So grab your background colour and finish those 2 loops. Give that a little tug. First one on top of the red. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops. Sometimes it can be tricky to get the 2 legs of that last one. 6. Okay, hold on. Let's mark off this row. Okay, 2 seconds, I've got a cold coffee. That's better. Right, now we're going to, flick the work again. Oops, that's underneath. I try and keep my tails out the way. Not always possible. So Now this row is going from this side, so we need 7 this time, and the last one's above a red. So chain 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1 above the red. 7. Don't finish it. Pick up your next colour and pull through them 2 loops. Now we need 3 of the heart colour this time, so 1, 2 and 3. Leave it there. Remember, finishing your next colour. No, that's the tail. I must have used the tail on the last one. Never mind. It's only to show you what to do anyway. So now the yellow, we need 5, and the last one being on top of a red, same as the first one. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the last one on the red, 5. Don't finish it. Pull up your heart collar and pull through the 2 loops. Now again, we're going to need 3 of the red. 1, 2, and 3. Don't finish it. Pull up your background colour, and then we need 7 of the background colour, the first one being on the red. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and in that last one, 7. Let's just slide that up, and we'll mark off this row. And as you can tell now, we are literally only in the background colour. So this is where you flick it and try and untwist your bobbins. Right, so we're only going to need yellow now. So there's my loop, which is attached to this bobbin. So keep this bobbin, whichever one you're attached to at the beginning, and you can cut all of those off, but make sure you leave yourself a good tail. So we'll just pull all the things down here. We'll deal with those in a bit. So back to your work, pick it up. Now it's literally just a whole row of the background colour. So chain 1, and we're just going to work across. If I go too fast, feel free to pause. But it's a background colour in every single stitch, whether it's the heart or the background colour. Just work your way across at your own pace. There's no rush. To the end. You just pull up a loop there so it doesn't come undone. Mark off row 23, and the last row is yet again another row of your background colour. So chain 1. Oh, that stitch is, I must have missed. Doesn't matter. 1. There should be 25 of these, because I did 25 stitches and 24 rows. So, not that you have to count, but when I'm working on a big pattern, I always count so I can see how many stitches of each I'm meant to have. So I count, and I count them as I go as well, just so that if I ever lose one or I ever gain one, I kind of know where it is and I can fix it. So coming to the end of this last row now. Oops. And there we go. That is it finished. It doesn't actually look too bad, does it? So if you've completed that and you've done it, well done. Give yourself a massive pat on the back, because it's not an easy thing to kind of pick up at first, but once you get it and it works. So to finish off, what you need to do is pull up a tail about 3-4 inches. Right, don't put it through yet. Chain one and pull it all the way through there, and then just pull. See, that's quite tight now, that's not going anywhere. So now the only thing you've got left to do is sew in the tails. And when you turn it over, you can kind of see just how many tails you have. So it depends on which side you finish them. So you'll have some on both. But now you kind of get an idea how many tails I get when I do the big graphgans, which is why I try to work them in as I go, because it can be a nightmare at the very end. But anyway, I'm going to grab a yarn needle and I'm going to just go through it once or twice how you sew in these ends. Bear with me. Alright, I, as usual, am always prepared, not. So these are your yarn needles. You've got this typical straight one, which is the one I used to use, and then you've got this one which has a bent edge. I love this needle, absolutely love this needle. It makes it so much easier to thread your yarn through. So I'm going to start up here first, and I always find the best way to push it through the eye is to bend it round, fold it and hold it, and then just use your thumb and your finger to guide it through and just pull. Anyway, what you're going to want to do is keep it to the same colour, so never sew in a red behind a yellow or anything like that. Sew it into the same colour so you don't see it. Just kind of go through a few of those stitches and then pull it out. Don't pull too tight or you'll wrinkle your work, just like that. If you do, just give it a little tug, it pulls it back. Now, never just go once, because in the wash, that'll just work its way loose. So what you want to do is you want to go back, but if you go back through the same hole, the chances are you're going to pull that back out. So I go a stitch behind, so it creates a loop. And then I go back through them stitches. Just kind of guide it with your finger. That's what I like about this needle. You can guide because it's bent. Pull it through. Oh, the tail. There we go. Give it a little pull. And there you go. Snip that off. And you can barely even tell that that strand was there. So I'm going to do it again, but this time I'm going to do it in a red. So fold it round, pinch, slide it off and slide it through. So easy. Now again, stick to the same colour. You don't want to take the red into the yellow, it will be way too obvious. So I'm going to go across these stitches right here. If you just kind of wriggle it and manoeuvre this with your finger and thumb. There we go. Pull that through there. Let it go. Give it a little tug back if you need to. Now I'm going to go back. But this... Hold on, guys. Sorry about that, guys. Somebody decided to knock my door. It's a parcel. Anyway, I'm going to go back again because you don't just want to go one way. So I'm going to go down here and go through here, just so it creates that loop so it can't come back through. So I've done that before, put the needle through and gone straight back through the same, and it's popped out the other end, and it's just wasted my time. And I spend enough time tying in ends, I don't need extra. So let that go. That's all tied in now. On camera that looks like you can see it, but I think it's the stitch. Snip that fairly close, not too close, because that tiny little end you see there, tug and it's gone, which is why I leave that little bit so the stretching allows for it to hide when I pull it. Anyway, let me just tie this one in with you, and then you can see the front and how well it looks. Let's get that through there. I'll tie that in with the yellows. So through there. I nearly pulled it off my needle. And we're going to go back again, but go behind and grab an extra loop somewhere, and then go back through. No, there. We'll snip that. Leave a little extra, remember. Didn't catch that perfect. Because then, there it is, look. And when you do that, it's gone. So, apart from the red strand at the bottom, that is your completed piece. And as you can tell, this looks taller than it is wide, but this, when you've worked in single crochet, it's wider than it is tall, so doesn't that look fabulous? So if you've got this far and you've got a piece exactly the same as mine, well done. You deserve a massive pat on the back. That's not the easiest thing, but once you've got it, you get it, and it's easy. The next video, I'm going to show you a different stitch. Right, do me a favour, pass me my Afghan hook that's it's stuck in a peg on my, look, on the area, there's a peg on the bottom row and it's got my hook stuck in it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, no, not the peg, just this hook. So I'm going to show you the hook you are going to need if you want to do a different stitch. Now there's different ones of these. You can buy a solid Afghan hook. Right. This is my Afghan hook for making blankets for Tunisian stitch, or Tunisian, however you want to say it. You can buy a really long one that's just solid like that, and it can be, I can't even show you in camera because it's longer than that, you know, and it's just one solid long hook, and I can't work with those, so I buy they are called Afghan crochet hooks, but they have a cable. Now you can buy some from China extremely cheap, some bamboo ones. They have these attached and they don't come off. I love these symphony ones. They're amazing to work with. They're so lovely, but they're also, I'm not sure if I can undo it here. I've got a tool that does it, but these are detachable, so I can attach a different size hook to my cable. But I have a really long cable, as you can tell, because when you're working a single blanket for a single bed, mine are 175 stitches wide, and with the Tunisian stitch you've got to pick up all the stitches and then work them back off again, so you're going to have like 175 stitches sitting along your crochet hook. So anyway, that will be next week's video. You will need an Afghan hook. This I think is a 6.5mm. I always go bigger because crochet Tunisian stitch curls like crazy, so the bigger the hook the less it curls, so I go for a 6.5. That seems pretty good to me. Okay, so that's going to be next week's video. Thank you so much for watching and crocheting along with me. That looks lovely. Well done to you guys for learning, because it's not easy. I remember when I first started, So take care, guys. As always, stay safe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.